各位委员、
Dear members,
各位朋友、
dear friends,
各位同志，
and
中国
comrades,
人民政治协商会议第
the
13
fourth
届
annual
全国委员
session
会
of the 13th
第
National
4次会议
Committee of
应出席委
CPPCC
员
has a
2159
quorum
人，
of
迟到
2,159. The actual
2106人，
attendance is
符合规定人数。
2,006. The number is up to
现
standard.
在
So
我宣
now
布
I declare
中国人民
that
政治协商
the
会议
fourth annual
第
session
13
of
届全国委
13th
员会
National Committee of
第4次会议
CPPCC
开幕。
officially begins.
请全体起
Please
立，
all rise
唱国歌。
and sing national anthem.
请坐
Please
下。
take your seats.
应邀参加今天会议的有
With
中
us,
共中央
we
总
have
书记、
General
国家
Secretary
主
of
席、
CPC Central
中央
Committee,
军委主
President of
席
China, and
习近
Chairman
平
of
同志，
Central Military Commission Xi Jinping,
党和国家其他领导同志，
and leaders of
中共
the
中央
party and the
全国
government,
人大常委会、国务院
the
有
MPC
关部
of
门负
CPC
责同
Central
志，
Committee, the State
以
Council,
及
and certain
外国
organs,
驻华使节
as
等
well，as some
让我们
diplomats from
表
foreign
示
countries.
热
Now
烈
let's
欢迎。
extend our warm welcome to them all.
今天的开幕会
In
共有
today's
3项
session,
议程，
there are 3
现在
items on
进
the
行
agenda.
第一项
Now
议
let's
程，
begin the first one.
审议通过
To deliberate
政
and
协第
approve
13届全国委员会第4次会
the
议议
fourth annual
程，
session
请
agenda
工作人
of
员
13th National
宣
Committee
读
of
议程
CPPCC.
草
Now
案
the。staff member will read the
中国
agenda.
人民政治协商会议
The
第
fourth
13届
annual
全
session
国
of
委
the
员会
13th
第
National
4次会
Committee of
议议程
CPPCC has the
草
following
案
agenda in the draft.
一、
First,
听取和审
to
议
listen
政
to
协
and
全国委员
deliberate
会常务委员
the
会
standing
工作报告。
committee's work report.
二、听
Second,
取和审议
to listen
政协
to
全
and
国委员会
deliberate
常务委员会
the
关于
standing
政协
committee's
13届3次
draft
会议以来提案工作
and
情况的报
proposals
告。
since the third annual session of
三
the 13th National
列
Committee of
席第13
CPPCC
届全国人民
and
代表大
third,
会第4次会
to
议，
attend the
听
fourth
取
session
并
of
讨论
13th
政府工
MPC
作报告
and
及
hear and
其他有
deliberate
关报
on
告，
government work
讨
report
论
and
国民
other
经济
relevant
和社会
reports
发展
to
第14
discuss
个5
the
年规划
14th
和
five-year
2035
plan
年远景目
and
标
the
纲要草案。
2035 vision outline.
四、审议通过
Fourth,
政协
to
第
deliberate
13
and
届
approve
全国委员会第4次会议
the
政治决议。
Political decisions of the
五、
fourth annual session
审
of
议通
13th
过
National
政
Committee
协
of
第13届
CPPCC
全国
and
委员
fifth,
会第
to
4次会
deliberate
议
and
关于
approve
常务委员会工作报告
the
的
work
决议。
report of the Standing Committee of the
六、
fourth annual session of
审议
13th
通
National
过
Committee
政
of
协第13届
CPPCC.
全国
Six,
委员
to
会第
deliberate
4次
and
会议
approve
关于政协13届3次会议以来提案
all
工
of
作
those
情况报告的
proposals
决议。
since the third annual
七、
session of 13th
审议通过
CPPCC
政协
National
第
Committee
13
and the
届全国
decisions
委员会
alike.
提案委员
Seventh,
会
to
关于
deliberate
政协
and
13届4次会议
approve
提案
all
审
of
查
those
情况的报告。
proposals by the Committee
宣读
for
完
Handling
毕。
Proposals since the third annual session.
各位委员对这个议
So,
程
dear
草案有
comrades
什么意
and
见？
members, any objection or opinion?
如果没有意见，
If
请鼓
no
掌
other
通过。
opinion, please applaud for its approval.
现在进行
Now,
第2项议
let's
程，
continue the second
请
item
汪
on
洋
this
主席
agenda. Let's
代表
invite
政协
Chairman
第
Wang Yang
13届全国
to
委员会
deliver the
常务
work
委员会
report on
做
behalf
工作
of
报
the
告。
Standing Committee of the National Committee of CPPCC.
fellow members,
我代表中国人民政治
on
协商
behalf
会议
of the
第13届
Standing
全国委
Committee
员会
of the 13th
常务委员
National
会
Committee of the
向大会报告工作，
CPPCC, I
请予审
present
议。
these reports for your deliberation.
2020年
First,
围绕党和国家中心任务
in
凝心
review,
聚力。
pulling the strength and will of the people
2020年
behind the
是新
central
中国历
tasks.
史上极
Last
不
year
平凡的一
was
年。
extraordinary in a year
面对
in the history
严
of
峻
People's
复杂的
Republic
形
of
势
China
任务，
in the face of
前
grave
所未
and
有的风
complex
险挑战。
circumstances and tasks.
以习近
And
平同志
unprecedented
为
tasks
核心
and
的中共
challenges,
中
the
央
Central Committee of the
团
Communist
结
Party
带
of
领
China
全
with
党
Comrade Xi
全国
Jinping
各族人
at
民
its core
众
rallied
志成
and
城
led the entire
艰苦
party
奋战
and the Chinese people
化危
in
为机
uniting as one, working
抗疫
hard
斗
and
争
turning
取得了
risks
重大
into
战略成
opportunities.
果
We，scored major
脱贫攻坚
success
战
in our
取
response
得
to
全
COVID.
面胜利
We，secured a complete
13
victory
五规划
in the battle
圆
against
满收
poverty.
官，
We brought the
全
13th
面
five-year
建成
plan
小
to
康
a
社会
successful
取得
conclusion
伟
and
大
made
历史性
important
成就，
achievements
创
in
造了
building
人
a
民满意、
moderately
世界
prosperous
瞩
society
目
in all
可以
respects.
载入
Our
史册的
accomplishments
新辉
have
煌。
won approval and recognition of our people and
在
will
中共
go
中央
down
坚
in
强领导
history.
下，
Under the
政
strong
协
leadership
全国
of
委员会
CPC Central
及
Committee,
其
the
常务委员会
CPPCC National Committee,
以
and its
习近
Standing
平新
Committee
时代
followed
中
the
国特色
guidance
社会
of
主义
Xi
思想
Jinping's
为
thoughts
指导，
on socialism with Chinese
紧扣
characteristics for a new
统
era,
筹疫情防
earnestly
控
fulfilled
和经济
their
社会发
study,
展
their duties with the
认
focus
真
on the
履
coordinated
职尽责，
advancements of COVID-19 control
紧
and
盯社会
economic
重
and
大
social
关切，
development,
加强
strengthened
思想政治
theoretical
引
and
领，
political guidance,
紧抓
with
专
a
门
view
协商机
to
构制度
addressing
建
major
设，
concerns
增强
amongst
工作效
the
率，
society and improve the efficiency
为
by
实现
enhancing the
13五
system
目标做
under
出了
which
积
the
极贡献。
CPPCC serves
专门协
as
商机构
the
建
top
设展现
advisory
新风
body.
貌，
We
服
made
务中
proactive
心任务
contributions
取
toward
得
realizing the
新成
goals
绩
set，out in the 13th five-year plan
一
and achieved
深
some
化理
new
论学习，
results.
夯实共同
One,
思想政治
enhancing
基础，
theoretical study and consolidating a
坚
shared
持以
political
党组
foundation.
理论学习中
With
心
the
组学
theoretical
习
study group
为
of
引领，
leading parties members,
扎实推进
group
全国政协党组会议、
we achieved
主席
solid
会议
results in collective
常委会
study
会议等
of
集体
the
学习。
leading party members group,
11
the
个习
chairperson's
近平
council,
新
the
时代
standing
中国特色社会主义
committee.
思想学
11
习座
study
谈小
groups
组
on Xi Jinping's
组织
thoughts
学习
on
46
socialism with
次，
Chinese characteristics for a
系
new
统学
era
习
organized
习近平
46
谈治
study
国理政
sessions.
第3卷，
In these sessions, we
跟
conducted
进学习
systematic study
习
of Xi
近平总
Jinping,
书记
the governance
最
of
新
China,
重要讲话，
the third volume, studied
专
General
题学
Secretary
习
Xi's
中
most
共
recent
19届
speeches
五中全会
and
精
delved
神，
into the guiding principles
持续
of
学
the
习
19th CPC
中央
Central
政
Committee's
协工
fifth
作会议精
plenary
神，
session, while also studying
深
the
入开展
guidelines
委员
of
督
the
促
Central
活动，
Conferences on
开
CPPCC
设
work
两山理论
on，an ongoing
乡
basis.
村
We
振
carried
兴，
out
筑牢中华民族
studies
共同
on
体意
the
识
notion that lucid
和
water
数字
and
经
lost
济、
mountains are
历史
invaluable
上的
assets,
防疫
the rural
等
revitalization,
47个
revitalization
主题读书群。
initiative, the need to build a strong sense of community for the
委员
Chinese
交流
nation
读书
and the
感
digital
想
economy and history of
14万
epidemic
人
control.
次，在线浏览
More
超
than
过
140,000
110万人
reflections
次，
on readings were shared,
推
receiving
动理
over
论学习
1.1
和
million
读书成果
views
转化，
online.
通过
We
政协
made
信
important
息、
progress
读书
in
简讯、
applying the results
活页文选等
in
编报
numerous
重
reading
要意
activities
见建
we
议，
publicized to national committee
通过
members
新媒体
important
等
opinions
面向
and
社会
suggestions
传播
through
共识，
new media so that we can
推出的
disseminate
学习
consensus
民法典
through
系
new
列
media
专栏，
platforms. The online
点击
column
量
on studying
达6000
the
多万，
civil code got 60 million
实
hits.
现委员自
In
我
this
教
way,
育、
we
协
promoted
商交流
self-teaching,
和引领
consultation,
界别群
and
众向
discussion
促进，
among CPPCC
以
members,
书香政协
which
建设
enabled them to give better guidance
助
to
推
different social sectors.
书香社会
Through
建设，
continuous learning, we
通
have
过持
enhanced
续学
our
习，进一
consciousness
步
of
筑
the
牢
need to maintain
增强
political
4个意识
integrity,
坚定4个自
and
信
we have
做到2个
strengthened
维护的
for
思想根基。
awarenesses, for confidences, and two
人民政
maintenances.
协
The
作为
CPPCC
用党的创新理论团结教育引导各族各
is
界代表人
using
士的
the
重要平
theories
台
and principles of
作用
the
得到了
CPC
更
Central
好发
Committee
挥。
to educate the public.
2. 深入协商履职，
Fulfill our
服务疫情
consultative
防控
duties more
和经济社
proactively
会发
and
展，
contributing to the COVID-19 response
贯
and
彻
economic and Japan Social
中共中央
Development,
决策部署，
acting on a decision
组织
and
政协各参加
plans of
单
the
位、
CPC Central Committee,
各
we
专门委员会、
engaged the
各
participating
界委员
organs of the
迅速投
CPPCC,
身
its
抗疫
special
斗争，
committees, and members from different
围绕
social
完善
sectors
重大
in
疫
the
情
fight
防控
against
机制
COVID,
复
working to
工复
improve
产
major
等
epidemic
积极
prevention
助力
mechanisms.
6稳工作，
and facilitate the resumption of production and business
通
operations,
过
we
会议座
actively
谈，
supported
委员移
the
动理智
efforts
平
to
台等
ensure
协商建言，
stabilities on 6 fronts.
建立
In
快
addition, we
速通
helped
道，
inform
报
the
送每日社
Central
情
Committee's
249
decision-making
期，
and
提案
the implementation
699
of
件，
such decisions in
为
relevant
中共中央
departments.
科
We
学
set up
决
a
策和
fast-track
推进各有关部门
procedure
工
for
作
handling
落实，
proposals, published
提
a
供
total
参
of
考。
249 issues of the
组
daily
织覆盖
report on social
34个界别
conditions
的委员
and
视
submitted
察团，
699
赴湖北视
proposals.
察，
And we also
在亲历、亲见、亲闻中
initiated
受到深
some
刻的思想
investigations
教育
covering
和
34
精神
social
洗礼。
sectors. The CPPCC
广大
members
委员在
have been
各条
well
战线
educated
勇于
in
担当，
many different fields.
积极参与
And
治
the
病
members
救人、
of
科研
CPPCC
攻关
have、actively
稳
engaged
期
in
稳
different
岗等工作。
fronts. They
在
have
特殊年份书
completed
写了
many
特
special
殊的委
assignments
员作业，
in what was a extremely
有
unusual
效运
year.
用各种协商形
To
式，
use
发挥
different
网络
forms
议
of
政优势，
consultation
确
and
保在疫
make
情
full
防
use
控
of the
常态
online
化条件下，
consultation to
履
ensure
职活动，
that the
不
CPPCC
松
performed
不乱
its
不断，
duties in a rigorous,
全
orderly,
年
and
举办
consistent
重要协商活
fashion.
动23次，
Over the year, we held
组
23
织视察考
consultation
察调研
sessions.
80项
We，organized 80
聚焦制定
inspections
14.5
and
规划，
surveys
以委员座谈
to
会、
facilitate
视
the
频
formulation
调研
of
会、
14th five-year
形式
plan. We
分
held
议会等
discussions
形式
in the
进
form
行
of
研
committee
讨。
member seminars, video
在此基础
conferences,
上
and
召
meetings
开
to
专题
assess
议政性常委
developments.
会会议，
On the basis of
集
this,
中
the Standing Committee
协商
held
建
a
言。
special meeting for
就
engaging
粤
in
港澳大湾
consultations
区
and
创
offering
新合作，
suggestions in a
发
focused
挥文化
manner.
建设在实施乡村振
As
兴
for
战略中的
the
作用
construction of the
等
Guangdong,
开展
Hong Kong,
专题协
Macau
商。
Greater Bay Area,
针对
we
优化营商环境、防
conducted
范化解重
special
点领域金融
seminars.
风
We
险
also，carried out surveys and
科技创意
deliberations
型
on
企业
several
发
key
展，
issues.
推
And these
进农
include
业农村现代化，
improving the
涉外法
business
律人才队
environment,
伍建设，支持多渠道灵活就业，
diffusing financial risks
黄
in
河
key
流域
sectors,
生态保护
fostering
和
innovative
高质量
high-tech
发展，
enterprises, modernizing
草原
agriculture
生态
and
环境
rural
保
areas,
护、
training legal
海洋资源
professionals
保护
in
与开
international
发
norms, supporting
等
flexible
重点问
employment
题，
through various
调研
channels,
议政，
promoting ecological conservation and
多形
high-quality
式
development
助
in the
推
Yellow
打
River
赢和
Basin
平攻坚战。
and protecting the environment and
各专门委员
ecosystems
会
of grassland.
同各民族党派中
We
央、
helped
全国工商联开展联
special
合调研，
committees in conducting
通过视频
joint
连线地
surveys
方政
with
协
the
委
central
员
committees
和
of
基层群
democratic
众，
parties and the
联
All
动
China
协
Federation
商
of Industry
建立
and
解
Commerce.
决相对
We
贫
have
困
video
长
chats
效
with
机制，
members of local CPPCC committees
实地
and
进行
built
“十四
some
五”时
long-term
期
mechanism.
巩固西部地区
And,
脱贫成
we
果
built
重点提案督办调研，
and come up with some major
发挥好
proposals for the
协商式
14th
监
five-year
督的
plan
作用，
period. We
及时反
actively
映协商
played
履
the
职承诺，
role of a
报送各类
consultative
政协信息
organ, and we
2547期，
published
共收到提案
2,547 news bulletins on
5974
various
件，
issues, and we have
立
received
案
a total of 5,974 proposals, and 5,000 of them
三
were accepted and
广
filed.
泛凝聚共识，汇
Third,
聚
building
团
broad
结合作
consensus
正能
and
量，
creating positivity for unity and
继续完
cooperation.
善谈心谈话。
We
委员
created new
讲
and better
堂
ways of conducting open
重大专
discussions,
项工
committee
作
member
委
lecture
员宣
programs,
讲
and
团
awareness-raising
等载体，
tours for major and special
健
tasks.
全从
Enhanced
党内
the
到
framework
党外，
for building
从委
consensus
员到
inside
界
and
别群
outside
众
the
的
CPC and
凝
among
聚共识
CPPCC
工
members
作
and
格
people
局，
from different social sectors,
推动人民政
and
协
developed
成为在共同
CPPCC
思想
as an
政治基
important
础上
channel for addressing
化解
conflicts
矛盾
and building
和凝
consensus
聚共
on
识
our
的重
shared
要渠道。
theoretical and political foundation.
全国政协党组成员
Members of
邀
the
请
National
党外
Committee's
委
leading
员
party members
谈
group
心
held
300
talks
人
with
次，
non-CPC
面
members
对
on
面了解
300
情况，
occasions
沟通
to
思
learn
想，
about their
举
circumstances
行
and
10
have
场
face-to-face
重点关
exchanges.
切问题
We
情
held
况
10
通报会，
briefings on major
开展
issues of
11
public
次
concern
以自我
and
教育、
11
自我提高
topic-specific
为主
inspection
旨的
tours
委
aimed
员
at
专题视察，
self-teaching and self-improvement.
发挥委员影响力，
Leveraging the
举行
influence of our
14场
members,
重大
we
专项工
arranged
作
14
委员宣讲
awareness-raising
活动，
tours for major and special
播出
tasks
12期
and
委员
hosted
讲堂
12
节目，
committee member lecture
面向
programs
界
to
别群众
explain
和社
policies
会
to
公
people
众，
from different
做
social
好
sectors
阐释
and the
政
general
策、
public,
解疑释
address
惑、
concerns
引
and
导预
doubts,
期的工
and
作。
guide expectations
关节目和
These
新闻报
programs
道的
and
浏览量
corresponding media
超过
coverage
2亿人次。
received over 200 million views.
对各民主党派
We
以
put in
本党
place
派名义提
institutional
出提案，
mechanisms
提
for
交
the
大会发
Democratic
言，
parties
做
to
出积极
present
性安排。
proposals and speeches in
各
their
民主党
names and co-hosted major consultations with democratic parties and the All-China Federation of Industry and Commerce. We held special consultative forums for members from ethnic minority groups and religious groups. We organized briefings and forums for National Committee members from Hong Kong and Macau. We co-hosted an exhibition to mark the 75th anniversary of the recovery of Taiwan from Japanese occupation, as well as the Third Straits Forum on community-level governance as part of the 12th Straits Forum. We invited representatives of the young generation of overseas Chinese nationals to attend the study sessions and tours. We helped National Committee members from Hong Kong and Macau build a stronger sense of political responsibility and supported governments and chief executives of the two regions in exercising law-based governance. We encouraged the National Committee members from Hong Kong to issue statements calling for enactment and enforcement of the national security law. We engaged in foreign exchanges through both cloud diplomacy and offline interactions. Via statements, forums, and interviews with National Committee members, we denounced in the strongest terms U.S. legislation concerning Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong, as well as anti-China bills regarding COVID-19 and the falsehoods peddled by certain U.S. politicians. We also supported the China Economic and Social Council and the China Committee on Religion and Peace in making clear China's position and its principles on such issues. 4. Improving our working mechanism to promote thorough and effective implementation of the guiding principles of the Central Conference on CPPCC work. With a focus on the major tasks to which we must devote ourselves in the new era, we improved the working mechanisms of the CPPCC. We formulated the rules on the consultation work of CPPCC National Committee, which define the scope, forms, principles, and procedures for consultation, set up a mechanism for conducting in-depth studies of major strategic issues, encouraged members to conduct research on their own initiative, and built a pool of specialists for participating in and deliberating on state affairs. These moves have provided sounder standards and institutions for our consultation work. We formulated and implemented the guidelines on improving our work concerning consensus building. With the platforms, working mechanisms, objectives, and targets of this work further defined, we formed institutions for translating the parties' propositions into consensus among people from all sectors of society via the CPPCC's democratic consultation procedures and effective actions. We revised measures for selecting key proposals and overseeing their execution in an effort to raise the quality of the proposal handling process. We formulated guidelines on fostering a stronger sense of responsibility among members. In addition to specifying members' responsibilities, we have addressed the need to place equal emphasis on positive incentives and disciplinary restraints, encourage members to keep in contact with and serve people from different sectors of society, and commend outstanding members. 5. Intensifying self-improvement efforts and enhancing the quality of our work. We implemented the system of overall leadership by the CPC over CPPCC work and conducted rigorous inspections to ensure the implementation of Xi Jinping's major instructions and the CPC Central Committee's major decisions and plans, thus allowing the CPPCC to better exert its role as an important platform for upholding and strengthening the CPC's leadership over all endeavors. We refined systems for keeping reports on members' performance and for annual performance reports to be submitted by standing committee members, and continue the practice of commenting on the performance of standing committee members who are also CPC members. We instituted a mechanism for National Committee members who are not on the Standing Committee to attend Standing Committee meetings in a non-voting capacity on a group-by-group basis. Drawing on the success of our approach to holding the third session, we shortened the length of Standing Committee meetings while also continuing to improve our meeting culture and style of writing. We conducted field studies in a number of ways, including video-based studies, questionnaire surveys, and report selection activities. We improved the mechanism
落
of
实
seeking
意识形态
feedback
工
on
作
the
责任制
outcomes of，
加
consultations.
强政
We
协新闻舆论
implemented the
阵地建设和
responsibility
管理，
system for theoretical and publicity work, and enhanced our
贯彻全国
capacity
政
for
协
engaging
专
in
门委员
and
会
managing
工作会
news
议
and
精神，
public
修
communication
订专门
activities.
委员会
In line with guiding
通则，
principles of the conference on
发
the
挥
work of
联系
special
界
committee,
别
we
服务委
revised the
员
general
功能，
rules for special
专
committees
门委员
and
会
gave
工
full
作
play to
水
their
平
role in
和
maintaining
基础
contact
性
with
作
people
用
from different
明显
sectors
增强，
and providing services to national committee members.
召开地方政协工
As a
作经验
result,
交
their
流会，
competence in the
推
work
广
of
贯
CPPCC
彻
has
中
been
央政协工
enforced.
作会议
We
精神
convened a
的
national
有效做
conference
法，
on work experience for local committees,
发挥
during
中国人
which
民政治
successful
协商理
practices of
论研究
implementing
会
the
作
guiding
用，
principles were
开展
shared
对
and
重大理
promoted.
论
We
问题
gave
研
full
究，
play to the role of the China CPPCC Theory
支持
Research
中央巡视
Association
组
in carrying out
对机关
research
党组
on
开
major
展巡
theoretical
视，
issues.
加
We
强
supported
党
the
风
Central
廉政建
Discipline
设，
Inspection Team in carrying out
巩固深化
inspections.
不忘
We
初心、
intensified
牢
efforts
记
to
使命的
improve
主
party
题教育
conduct
成果，
and build political integrity,
建设讲政治、
consolidated the
守
achievements
纪
made
律、
in the
负
campaign
责
on the
任、
theme of
有
staying
效率
true
的
to the party's
模
founding
范机
mission,
关。
and build the National Committee into a model of
各位
political
委员，
competence, discipline,
一
responsibility,
年来
and
的工作
efficiency.
成绩，
Fellow members,
是以
we
习近
owe
平
our
同志
achievements in
为
the
核
past
心
year
的
to the
中共
firm
中央
leadership of the
坚
CPC
强领
Central
导的
Committee
结
with
果，
Comrade Xi Jinping at its
是各
core,
级党
to
委、
the strong
政府
support of
和社
CPC
会各
committees
界
and governments
大
at all
力支
levels
持的
and
结
all
果，
sectors of society,
是人民
and to the
政协各
concerted
级组
efforts of
织
the participating
各参加
organizations
单
of
位和广大委
CPPCC,
员
its committees at
团
all
结
levels,
奋斗
and
的
their
结果。
members and bodies.
我代表
On
全
behalf
国
of the
政协
Standing
常委会
Committee,
表
I
示
wish to
衷心
express
的
our
感谢。
sincere gratitude to all of them.
同时，
At the same time,
我们也清醒地看
we
到
must be soberly
工作中的
aware
不足，
that there is still room
落
for
实中央政协
improvement
工
in the
作会议精神
CPPCC
的工
work.
作需
Greater
要进一
efforts
步
need to
深
be
入，
made to implement the
协商
guiding
能力建
principles of
设
the
需要
Central
进一步
Conference
加
on
强，
CPPCC work. Our
凝聚
capacity
共识
for
的水
consultation
平
and
需要
consensus
进一步
building
提
needs
高
to be enhanced, and
协
ways of
商事件
exercising
的
our
方式
oversight need to
需
be
要进一步
explored. We
探
must
索。
take solid steps
这些
to
问题
address these
要在
issues
今后
in
工作
our
中
future
认真
work.
研究改进。二，
2.
2021年
Tasks
聚焦
for
14五开
2021.
局起步，
Playing our
履职
part
尽责
in。making a good start to the 14th
2021
five-year
年
plan.
是中国共
In
产党成
2021,
立
we are going to
100周
celebrate
年，
the 100th
是
anniversary
开
of the
启全
founding
面
of the
建设社会主义
CPC.
现代化国家新
We
征
are
程的
also going
第
to
一年。
embark on a new journey to build
人
a
民政
modern
协
socialist
要坚
country
持以
in all
习
respects.
近
The
平新时
CPPCC
代
will
中国
follow
特
the
色社会主
guidance
义
of
思
Xi
想
Jinping's
为
thoughts
指导
on，socialism with China's
全面贯彻
characteristics for
中
a new
共
era,
19大
fully
和19
implement
届
all
2 中
guiding principles
3
from the
中
CPC's
4中 5
19th
中全会
National
精神，
Congress and the 19th
立
CPC
足
Central Committee's
新发展
second
阶段，
through
贯
fifth
彻
plenary
新发
session.
展理念，
Ground our
构建
efforts
新
in
发
a new
展格
stage of
局，
development, put into
坚持
practice
团
the
结
new
和民
development
族两
philosophy
大主题，
and create new development
围绕
planners,
中共
uphold
中
the
央大
themes
政
of
方
unity
针和
and
决策
democracy,
部署贯彻
focus
落
on
实，
ensuring the
做
implementation
好
of the
建言
CPC
思
Central
政
Committee's
和凝
major
聚共
policies,
识工作，
decisions, and plans,
以高水
offer
平履职
suggestions
服务
on state
高
affairs
质量
and
发
build
展，
consensus, maintain
为
high
14五
standards
开
in
好
the
局、
performance
系
of
好
our
部，
duties to
集
promote
聚
high
众志
quality， developments,
汇聚
through
众力。
wisdom and strength to ensure a good start for the 14th
以
five-year
庆祝
plan.
中国共产党成立100周年为重点，
Strengthening
强
theoretical
化思
and
想政
political
治引领，
guidance with a focus on
统
celebrating
筹运
the
用常委会积极
centenary
学
of the
习、
CPC.
专题
We will
座谈、
study the
委
history
员
of
综述
CPC
等
in
形式，
particular, but also the
加强
history
以
of the
中共
People's
党史为
Republic of
重
China,
点的思想
reform
教
and
育，
opening up, and
按照中
socialism
共中央
with the
统一部
variety
署
of，
组织
avenues,
委员
including standing
参加
committees,
庆祝
groups,
建
studying
党100周年
sessions,
系列活动，
lectures, and members'
协
reading
助
clubs.
办
In
好
line with the
中
overall
共8
arrangement
大
of the
历
CPC
史陈列
Central
展，
Committee, we will
结合政协实际，
arrange for
做
our
好委
members to
员
take
宣
part in
讲、
the CPC
专
centenary
题视察
celebration
考
and
察、
help
理
organize
论研讨等工
exhibitions
作，
on the 8th National
通
Congress.
过学习教育，引导参加
Through
人民政
learning
协的
and
各党派
education,
团
we
体
will make arrangements for
和各族
democratic
各界
parties,
人士
people's organizations and
从
public
中国共
figures
产党
from
百
all
年来
ethnic groups
艰苦
and
卓绝
sectors
的奋斗
of the
历程中，
society in the
从
CPPCC
中华民族
to
站起
review
来、
the
富起来
extraordinary
到强
course
起
of
来
the
的伟大
CPC
飞跃，
over the past century.
从中共
The
18大
great
以来，
transformation of the
党
Chinese
和
nation
国
from
家事
standing
业
up
取
to
得的历
growing
史性成就
prosperous and
发
strong,
生的
the
历史性
historic
变革中，
achievements and
从
changes
中国共
in the
产党
course of
领
the
导的人
party
民政
and
协事
the
业发
country
展
since
中，
the 18th National
深刻理解
Party Congress,
中国共
Congress
产
and
党
the
的
development of the
初
CPCC
心
led
使命，
CPPCC
深
work
刻
in
理
order
解
to
中
help
国
them
共产党
acquire
是
a
风雨
firm
来袭
grasp
时
of the
中国人
founding
民
mission
最
of the
可
Chinese
靠的
communists
主心骨
and。consolidate the
深刻理
conviction
解
that the
习
CPC
近平
is
新
the
时代
anchor
中国
for the
特色
Chinese
社会主义
people
思
in the
想
face of
是实
adversity,
现
and that Xi
中华
Jinping's
民
thoughts
族
on
伟大
socialism
复
with
兴
Chinese
的科
characteristics
学
for a
指
new
南。
era It's an effective guide for realizing the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. We will boost political, intellectual, theoretical, and emotional identification with the CPC, follow it unswervingly, and work together with it along the new journey ahead. 2. Ensuring more effective consultations and suggestions with a focus on facilitating the implementation of the 14th Five-Year Plan. Keeping focused on the overall work of the party and the country, we will hold special consultative meetings of the Standing Committee on how to create a new development pattern and build a peaceful China, and organize special consultations on implementing the rural revitalization strategy and dealing with population aging. We will hold bi-weekly consultative forums, consultative meetings on the handling of proposals, online deliberations and consultations, and consultative meetings with relevant party and government departments and sector-specific consultations to deliberate on state affairs such as accelerating the launch of major national science and technology programs, developing a high-quality education system, modernizing industrial and supply chains, ensuring the quality and safety of agricultural products, promoting high-quality development of cultural heritage programs, expanding channels for employment in areas with large ethnic minorities, improving ecological conservation along the Yangtze economic belt, working towards a peak in carbon emissions and carbon neutrality. We will invite specialists to carry out in-depth consultations on issues such as how to progress towards common prosperity, build national security shields, and implement China's policies on ethnic minorities and religion, thereby expanding the contents of the consultation system. We will formulate work plans to carry out consultative oversight over major issues in relation to the execution of the 14th Five-Year Plan in order to help ensure effective implementation of major strategies of the party and the country. 3. Pooling wisdom and strength to promote great unity and solidarity. We will strengthen committee member lecture programs and review our experience in conducting awareness tours for major and special tasks. This year, we will host over 10 campaigns to expand channels for consensus. We encourage our members to increase contact with the people from all social sectors to provide them with more effective theoretical and political guidance and to relay their opinions and suggestions without delay. We will implement the regulations on the United Work Front of the CPC and improve the CPPCC's mechanisms for leveraging the strengths of the new model of political party system. Through meetings with representatives from different social sectors, through open discussions, we will build closer ties with non-CPC intellectuals and representatives from ethnic minorities, religious groups, and non-public sector and new social strata. We will resolutely support the principle that Hong Kong should be governed by patriots, strengthen unity and friendship with our compatriots overseas and in Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, and conduct studies and consultations on fostering patriotism among young people in Hong Kong, Macau, and promoting cross-strait economic and cultural exchanges. We will host activities to mark the 110th anniversary of the Revolution of 1911 to keep the great spirit of revolution, rally Chinese people both at home and abroad to promote the great cause of China's reunification and to advance national rejuvenation. 4. Carrying out our work more effectively by ensuring the implementation of all systems. We will implement the guidelines on strengthening party building in the CPPCC for the new era and other relevant regulations and intensify the self-improvement efforts of special committees and party branch groups. We will hold a national conference on party building for CPPCC committees at all levels to exchange experience and share best experience. We will give full play to the principle of our members and earnestly implement mechanisms for collecting data on their performance, assessing their performance, and incentivizing them, and to enforce disciplinary restraints.
召开发挥人民政协专门协商机构作用理论研讨会，
hold seminars on the role of our members and to improve proposals and opinions and improving the performance of CPPCC members. We will strengthen and improve our work related to the proposals, and we will practice frugality and try to reduce our work costs and improve our work quality. And we will also continue to build CPPCC into a model body.
加强专门协商机构建设，
enhancing the
提升
CPPCC's
制
role
度
as
效
a
能。
specialized consultative body and improving its
我国
institutional
进入
efficiency.
全面建设社
Our
会主义现
country
代
has
化国家
entered a new stage of
新发展阶
development
段，
in which we will build
对人
China
民政
into
协
a
工
fully
作
modern
提出了
socialist
新的
country,
更
and this
高要
should
求。
puts new and
要
higher
深入
demands on
贯
the
彻
CPPCC.
习近平总
It is
书记
therefore
关于
crucial
加
that we
强和
put into
改进
practice
人
General
民政
Secretary
协
Xi
工作
Jinping's
的
important
重要思
ideas
想，
on improving
全
CPPCC
面落
work
实
and
中 会
the
政
guidelines
协
of
工
the
作会议
Central
精神，
Conference, so that the
加强
CPPCC
专门协
will
商
grow
机构建
stronger
设，
in its role as a
进一
body
步把人
dedicated
民
to
政协制
consultation
度
and
优
be
势
in a better
转
position
化为
to further
国
translate
家
its
治理效能。
institutional strength into effective governance of our
一
country.
深刻把
First,
握专门
grasping the
协商机构的
CPPCC's
制度优
institutional
势。
strength.
专门协商机
The
构
CPPCC
综合
is,
承
by
载
nature, a
政
body
协性质
dedicated
定
to
位，
consultation.
是国家
As
治
an
理
integral
体系的
part
有
of
机
China's
组成
governance
部分，
system, the
是中国共
CPPCC
产
has
党
served as a unique
领导中国人
platform and an
民发展
important
社会主义民
institution for
族
the CPC
开
as
辟
it
中
has
国
led
之
our
治的
people
重
in
要制度
developing
设计
socialist
和独
democracy
特的
and a
治理
Chinese
平台。
approach to governance.
要通过深刻
We
理
should
解70
review
年
the
来
success of
我国
China's
社会主义
socialist
政治
political
制度的
system
成功
over
实
more
践，
than 7 decades,
深刻
as
理
well
解
as the great
去年以
efforts
来
made over the
抗击
past
新冠
year
肺炎
to
疫情
combat
决战
COVID-19,
脱贫攻坚
eradicate poverty,
应对
and
重大
respond
风
to
险
major
挑战的
risks
奋斗
and
历程，
challenges,
从
in
中
order to
体
fully
悟社会
appreciate
主义
the
协商民
strength
主的
and
建设性
constructive nature
和
of
优越
socialist
性，
consultative democracy.
切实增强
This
政治
will
判
allow
断
us
力、
to improve
政
our
治领悟
judgment,
力、政
comprehension,
治
and
执行力。
ability to take action with regard to
要不
political
断丰富
issues.
有事好
We
商量、
must
众
constantly
人的事
enrich the
情
institutional
由众
practice
人
of the
商量的
principle
制度
that the
化实
people's
践，
affairs should be discussed
运
by
用
the
人
people
民政协
themselves and
同
leverage the
心
strength
同
as
向
a
的
force
政治
that
优势，
draws energy together
凝
and
心
channels
聚
it
力的
toward a
团
common
结优
political
势，
cause, a democratic
平等协商
platform
的
that
民
enables
主优势，
discussion on an equal
人
footing,
才汇
an
萃的
intellectual
治理优
reservoir
势，
of talent and
协调关系
expertise,
的功
a
能优
tool
势，
for coordinating
联系
relations,
广
and
泛
a
的界别优
conduit
势，
for maintaining
促进
extensive contacts
根
with
本利益
different
的一
sectors of
致性
society. By
和
so doing,
智慧
we
力
will be
量的
able to
广
channel
泛
our
性
vast and
相
varied
结合，
knowledge into our shared
推动
fundamental
集
interests
中力
and
量办
integrate
大
our
事
pooling of ideas
和
through
集思
discussions with
广
our
益
pooling of
商量
energy
事
behind
相
major
统一，
undertakings, thus building
为
solid
坚持和
intellectual
加
and
强党
social
的领导，
foundations for
实
upholding
现中
and
华民族
strengthening
伟大复
CPC's
兴的
leadership
历史使
and
命，
accomplishing the
筑牢
historic
思想
mission
基
of
础和
national
社会基础。
rejuvenation.
二，
Second,
不断完善
continuing
专
to
门协商
refine the
机构工作
CPPCC's
制度。
working systems.
13届全国政协
Since
以
the
来，
convocation of the
已经
13th
制定修订
CPPCC
重
National
要工
Committee,
作
we
制度
have formulated
77
or
项，
revised 77
初
major
步构
working
建以
systems and
政协章
established
程
a
为基础，
preliminary framework of
覆盖
systems
协商履
based on the
职、组织
CPPCC
管理、
Charter,
队伍
which
建
covers
设等的
consultation, the
制度
performance
体
of
系。
duties, organization
要
and
坚持实
management,
践
and
导向，
personnel
及时总
development.
结完善
Continuing to
网
follow
络
a
主题
practical
议政、
approach, we
委
should
员读
promptly
书交
review
流、
and refine new
社
and
情民
effective
意恳
methods
谈、
that have been
联系
developed in
界
the
别
course
群
of our
众
work,
等
such as
实践
online
中的
deliberations
创
on
新
state
举
affairs,
措
reading
和有
clubs,
效做
discussions
法，
on social conditions
形
and
成
public
新的制
sentiment,
度
and
规范。
contacts with people from various sectors, and
要
design
培育
new
协商
systems
文
and
化，
regulations.
秉
In
承
developing
中
the
华
CPPCC's
优
culture
秀
of
文化传
consultation,
统，
we should enrich
深
our
化
consultative
政
practices
协
by
协商
drawing
实
on the
践，
fine traditions of Chinese
把
culture.
同心同
We
德、
should see to
群
it that
策
Chinese
群力、
values such as
求
coming
同
together for
存
a
异、
common purpose, relying
坚
on
守
collective
并蓄、
solutions and joint
平等
efforts,
包容
pursuing
等理念
diversity,
融
harmony,
入
unity,
政协制
equality,
度
and
建设
inclusiveness
和
are
运行
all
之中，
reflected in the
更
development
好
of
彰显专
CPPCC
门协商
systems.
机构的性质
This
定
will
位
allow us
和
to better
和
exhibit
特色
CPPCC's
优势。
central characteristics and unique
要
strengths as a body dedicated to consultation. We must ensure strict compliance with all CPPCC systems. We should make efforts to become familiar with these systems and respect, maintain, apply them in our work. While taking consultations seriously and conducting them in an orderly fashion, we must guarantee they are lively and spirited. We need to build an inclusive consultation system, coordinate CPPCC consultation with other forms of consultation, and ensure that CPPCC operates effectively as a specialized consultative body within China's China's governance system. Third, enhancing the CPPCC's capacity to perform its duties. For the CPPCC to better serve the modernization of China's systems and capacity for governance, it must improve its capacity to perform its duties. We need to make the CPPCC an important platform for upholding and strengthening the CPC's leadership over all endeavors, for uniting, advising, and guiding representatives from all ethnic groups and sectors of society with the CPC's new theories, and for resolving conflicts and building consensus on the basis of our shared intellectual and political foundations. Facing the very real problem of inadequate capacity and the anxiety this creates, it is imperative for every member to study harder. For us to fulfill our duties, we must comprehensively boost our capacity to keep to a correct political direction, conduct surveys and research, maintain close ties with the people, and engage in cooperation and teamwork. As members of a specialized consultative body, becoming experts at consultation should naturally be among our most pressing tasks. We need to enhance our capacity to conduct consultation with non-CPC representatives so that we can provide effective theoretical and political guidance with relevant departments so that we can translate specialist input into policy options, and with people from different sectors so that we can serve as bridges for conveying demands, pooling wisdom, and promoting consensus. We need to hold more training, research, and discussion sessions for our members and put emphasis on cultivating them through practice. We will encourage members to apply relevant rules and methods of communication for more effective consultations so that they are able to fully express their views while engaging in amicable exchanges with others and seek common ground despite differences of opinion. This will enable them to ultimately offer more useful suggestions and build consensus more effectively. Members must have a thorough knowledge of CPPCC's role, be adept at consultation and deliberation, abide by CPPCC's rules and disciplinary regulations, and act with integrity. Bearing in mind our mission, we should better align our will to serve our country and people with the work of the CPPCC, so as to fulfill our duties and responsibilities and show that we are ready to shoulder new commitments on the new journey ahead. Fellow members, though the challenges facing us may have once seemed insurmountable, we are now passing over them in confident strides. Let us unite even more closely around the CPC Central Committee with comrade Xi Jinping at its core, hold high the banner of socialism with Chinese characteristics, and continue breaking ground in the CPPCC's cause in the new era. Let us make new and greater contributions to building a modern socialist China in all respects and to realizing the second of the two centenary goals.
This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters Live service.